So Manish, you and I have something in common. We're both big SRK admirers.
Yeah, I am well aware of that. In fact, one of your books was our research material as well.
King of
Uh,
Bollywood.
King of Bollywood, and I'm really glad that finally I'm here and we're having this chat.
But so Fan, Manish, literally is a film about a fan made by a fan. है ना?
It's very democratic in nature. It's for the fans, by the fans, of the fans. So, but yeah.
But Manish, of course, you've interacted with Shah Rukh as an AD on previous films. But when it comes to directing him, you've got to somewhere kind of keep the fanboyness down, no?
See, the thing is,
Or does it serve a film like this?
no, it's not like that. See, what has happened is by the time I ended up making this film and directing this film, I've already had a fairly long journey vis-a-vis making this film, one, and two, with Shah Rukh, who is so experienced, one in his craft, two in life. I mean, Shah Rukh has a life well lived, and I mean, he has really extraordinary experiences. I'm not only talking about his stardom. In general, his span of life is more than ordinary for sure. So I think when you tap into those experiences, it's very exciting. But his enthusiasm and his energy on set and his learner's attitude on set is still very much there. I'm used to working only with the newcomers so far. And now it was like he has the same level of energy and excitement as a newcomer. So it's perfect. But he's more experienced.
So it's just an ideal combination.
It's a perfect combination. So I would say that is more of a take home rather than like fanboy and how to direct him. Oh my God, he's not intimidating in that sense at all. In fact, he is the best team player you can have on set. And that was true in Rabne also. So I had experienced that. So I mean, it was fantastic. Is all I can say.
Manish, after the trailer release, there's so much chatter on the internet about how close this film is to the Robert De Niro, The Fan, which is also called The Fan. Why does it look so similar to that? Is there any similarity?
No, I don't think so. Actually, it's very. I don't know how to answer this because I don't know to defend this. But when I was writing or exploring the story idea of Fan, I think 2-3 years into it, I got to know there's a film like Fan that exists, and I did see it. And I mean, I know there is no similarity, and I think we'll have this conversation post 15th April. Having said that, I have had a very strange track record. When Band Baja Barat was coming out, I read in a lot of places it's a remake of Wedding Planners. So I was like, okay, I guess Band Baja Barat, Wedding Planner, whatever. So someone has just put it together. I'm pretty sure there is no similarity between these two films. When Should They See Romance was coming, when the trailer came out, I read somewhere it's a remake of No Strings Attached. I was like, and I had not seen No Strings. I saw it, and of course, it is not a remake of No Strings Attached. So I don't know. Somehow, my films end up being in that space. And in this case, of course, the title is also.
But were you
similar.
worried when you did discover it, or it was such a different space that it didn't really matter?
Yeah, not at all.
So Manish, you're sort of known as the poet of the middle class, right? Your films, and I say this with a huge admiration. Your movies really capture the textures and the mahal and they feel real, they feel genuine. With Fan, of course, it's another scale, but it also feels like it's not tethered to a known reality in the way the earlier films were. Was that a struggle for you?
No, I'll tell you what. The thing is, the very first film I ever wanted to make was Fan. So actually, I mean, however one is perceiving Fan at this stage, was the original plan. I mean, I didn't even know I'll end up making the films I have made after, eventually. It's my fourth film now. So, but Fan remains where it was. I mean, it so happened that it came at this point.
So it is as much you as the rest of it.
Actually, I won't even say rest of it. I'm well aware that people talk about my films and this whole middle class milieu in the films and all of that. But see, Band Baja Barat happened because of Adi told me categorically that Fan cannot be your first film. Only because it's a very big film. It's an expensive film. you want to make it with Shah Rukh Khan. So obviously, you have to make a film or two to kind of get there. Because I bounced off the idea of fan to Adi in 2006. So he was well aware that I'm very charged about it, and he said, Manish, it's a very very good idea. You must develop it, but it is not gonna be your first film. And I was like, yeah, that's where I thought, okay, now I have to think of something. Then I discussed the story idea of Band Baja Barat, which we were in sync with. Then Habib came on board, and the draft was made, and we ended up making that film. So now Band Baja happened. Now in my head, Band Baja, hopefully it will do well, and then I'm making Fan. Because it was more like I'm giving a test so that I get to make Fan. Band Baja released in December 2010. In October, before the release, Adi and I were having a chat, and we realized even if I want to make Fan, now Fan needs to be written. It'll take its own time. We knew Shah Rukh's other commitments. I think he was doing Ravan and some other film he must be doing. That for the next 1.5 years he's busy. So Adi was like, so why are you waiting in the middle? We'll get Fan written. You make one more film if you want. And he bounced off the script of what is called Ladies versus Ricky Pello. So Ladies happened. When Ladies came out, at that point, I think Adi spoke to Shah Rukh about Jab Tak Hai Jaan and Fan. In the sense that, we are starting Yaji's film, and this is the plan, and there is one more idea that, Maneesh wants to direct this film, and he told him the two-liner or the basic idea of Fan. Thankfully, Shah Rukh was excited, and he was cool to, work. I'm cool with the director, I guess. So again, now it was more official, but now we knew first Jab Tak is happening, and then Fan will happen. So then Should Desi happened. So it was more like I was making these films just while for waiting to make Fan.
Manish, Shah Rukh had once told me that the reason our cinema is so strong, it's such a global brand, is actually because of the star system. He said, because our people love our stars so much, this relationship is so strong that, a Star Wars can release, but we want to see Dilwale and Baji Rao Mastani. So Star Wars actually underperforms in India. Do you think that's true? That it's the star system that really enables this cinema to thrive to such an extent that Hollywood hasn't been able to kind of make an entry?
Uh, yeah, I do agree with that in the sense that the idolization or the demigod stature, the stars out here, even down south, we are well aware of. There is a very strong emotion, and
But,
that's
but
how it is.
Manish, as a director, is it worrying at any stage for you that within our film industry, the real power centers are stars and not filmmakers?
I think I would like to believe it's changing a little. In fact, I keep having these conversations with my peers that us filmmakers are making films in a very good time. I mean, Piku, Dum Laga Ke Hisha, Neerja, Kapoor and Sons. I would say Airlift. I don't think these films have done what they've done because of the star power. It's because of the film. The film has been loved, the film has been liked, and then this actor was very good. This director was fantastic. Whatever. So I think it is changing.
But Manish, maybe the audience is changing, but within the film industry, the power equations are still very much with the star.
I'm not. I don't know within the industry. In what context are we discussing the power situation? Is it to do with the monies? Is it to do with
No,
the?
just clout. No, if an A-list actor wants a film to be made, it will be made.
Yeah, but somewhere they've earned that. I mean, it. I guess one can question what they want to be made. The fact that it can be made. I mean, I guess they have earned it, and I won't say that's. I won't say that's misuse of the power. I guess somewhere we are questioning the kind of stuff maybe they are backing or making. But that's a very subjective thing. I don't think. I mean, I for one would not want to take any sides. I mean, whatever works for you, yeah. I mean, you got it now, you do it, and if you're happy with it, cool. Uh, really, I mean, that's I would not want to comment in a big way on that because whatever works, you have earned it, and then you do whatever you want. I mean, uh, let's say you've made a lot of money and you want to buy a certain car, and you know your neighbors are not really liking that car. I mean, it really doesn't matter. You know, you've earned it and you want to do that. Having said that, even in that things are changing. You know, maybe not to a great extent, but the kind of choices our real A-list stars are making now, as of literally like let's say this year. I mean, it's reflective of like things are, you know, becoming
It's moving.
more exciting. Yeah, I think so.
And we'll have even more excitement with Fan, I'm hoping.
I hope so too.
Manish, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You want to say film companion?
It's a stitch.
You want to say film companion?
Film
Or
companion.
Just let
You say it.
Okay.
Please
You say
subscribe.
it.
Just say
Film
please
companion.
subscribe to
You,
Film
please
Companion
subscribe.
To film companion.
and press the button below.